title, otherwise I would have been in trouble. On board with the Humperdinck now to set his first banker lap time of a 107.40. If he's going to go for back-to-back ones, he's going to need to recoup some of that ERS, and he is going quicker through that first sector indeed. Not badly done there from the Humperdinck. Going a bit out wide there, but keeping a nice tight line to minimise the distance. Going to be losing a lot of time through this middle sector now due to the ERS not being utilised. And again, has he backed off? I'm not really sure through there. Seems to me that he's still giving it his all at the minute. Going up to 4th gear, very smooth on the power is Luke. And again, now, ooh, that's a bit of understeer through there. Letting the car drift out a bit too far wide. And there we go! The man in P2 by half a point sets the fastest time of qualifying at the moment. And certainly, Rossi will be looking at that with a bit of panic in his eyes, I'm pretty sure. Because that is a very, very quick lap time indeed. Gets a leader there, 3.5 tenths. And that's a big chunk of time for Rossi to close down. And it doesn't help that the Humperdinck has got in front of him there. At the moment, everybody into the pits now. Going to go on board with Rain F1, the Ferrari man. Looking to get his first lap time on the board. Bit of understeer there again. Noticing a common theme with a lot of these drivers. Or they're just braking a little bit too late and the car's not reacting too well. It's a purple middle sector for Rain F1. And that's a big mistake going onto the curb there. Going to ruin all his time, unfortunately. Will he complete the lap? I'm pretty sure he will. Taking a wide line instead of keeping the shortest distance to the line. Going to scrub off a bit of time there. Now it's a 107.690, which puts him into a nice P11 for the Ferrari man. So far, a lot of drivers just trying to settle in to the rhythm. Go on board with TMS Amaze. And that's a 116.647 for the Williams through that first sector. This middle sector is also a good opportunity for a lot of overtaking, which we might see here tonight. Especially approaching this right-hander here and into this hairpin. A lot of drivers will go for a late lunge into the corner. And TMS Amaze having to back off there, unfortunately, for him. Noticing a common theme with a lot of drivers just unfortunately invalidating their laps. Jam Pancakes making his return to the tier tonight, possibly trying to help out his friend Flying Rossi here tonight for a good result. Again, anybody on a lap, Rain F1 did go for another back-to-back lap time. TMS Sora, the Haas driver, on a flying lap at the minute. See what he can do, see if he can cause any kind of upset into this qualifying. Nicely done for that middle sector. And again, it's quite a steady lap here from the Haas driver. Approaching this long left-hander. Again, you can see the notice between Rain's lap and TMS Sora's. Taking a much tighter line, scrubbing off any distance, and does make him improve by 10th and a half plus there. Not badly done indeed from TMS Sora. And again, we'll go on board with Flying Rossi once he gets onto a lap time. Cheetah, he's unfortunately just backed out of his one, so he'll be going again. Same applies to FRT Blackie. Half up by a 10th and a half through that first sector already, so he's looking to set the the timing sheets alight right now. Getting the Aston Martin, planting that car again on the power very early. Luckily not getting any wheel spin, but it's very controlled from Harv at the minute. And GC has retired from qualifying, which is a real shame for the AlphaTauri driver there. Maybe that was a qualifying ban, possibly more than anything. I'm not too sure about that one. Again, the Aston Martin backing off there, possibly not using any of the RS. Not being happy with that one, which is a shame for Mr. Harv. 234 of Jam Pancakes goes up into P8, and Flying Rossi will stick on board with him, the championship leader. He's got a few cars to pass now if he wants any hope of getting his first WR Tier 3 title this year. Now through this flying middle sector once again, car a bit unsettled there, twitching. That's not going to be quite unsettling into the braking zone for the McLaren driver. And again, he's got a lot of time to find, over 3.5 tenths for Flying Rossi if he wants any hope of stealing away pole position from Adam at the moment. The Williams man sent a blistering lap time as a banker, and he's not improving at the minute, is Flying Rozzy. The Englishman really is struggling at this moment in time, and this could be really worrying for his championship hopes here. And again, coming up to the line, has he found any improvement in that final corner? We'll have to wait and see. Up to the line now, so 107.169, improved by 1,000ths of a second. And that is really worrying if you're Flying Rozzy at this moment in time. Failing to improve on his banker, it's quite a worrying sign for the McLaren man. On board with the Humperdinck, he is backed out of that one. Half going again through the first sector. TMS Sora, is he looking to improve? He is at the minute. Going up to the line now. What can the Haas driver do? It's a 107.156, and Flying Rozzy is tumbling down the timing sheets at this moment in time, and it is really not looking good for the championship leader at the final race of the season. Wow, my oh my. If you are Flying Rozzy, the nerves are certainly starting to build up now, and he would be feeling that pressure, that is for sure. Sam29M sets a very good lap time indeed for 107.086. Nicely done from the Red Bull man, getting his first lap on the board. Adam again flying through that first sector, improving by nearly a 10th. Going down to second gear to get that front nose turned in once again. George lifting up to fourth. A lot of these drivers so smooth on the throttle. Really is good to see. You can just see Adam really just guiding the car into each corner. Fortunately, riding too much of that inside curb. Just going to lose him a bit of time once again. And there you can see the mistake he has made. He's not improving, and I think that'll be Adam's lap time done. The Humperdinck goes second, 1,000th slower than Mr. Adam Dundee. And that is him going into the pit lane. Indeed. Wow, what a qualifying it has been so far. Typical F1 goes into P17 with a slight improvement for 107.806. Really intense qualifying so far between all of these drivers. Brazil is so notoriously known for such a close qualifying, and we are seeing that on display at the moment, and it is really good to see for some of these drivers. Check on the chat right now. It is tier 3 now. Sorry about the delay on the title. I had to restart the stream. But let me know if the audio and stuff is all okay. Yeah, back to it then. And a few drivers going to be on early outlaps, which is quite interesting. We'll stick on board with FRT Blackie as he starts to approach a lap. Jam Pancakes not on a flying, or he is on a flying lap, so we'll go on board with the Alpine driver at this moment in time. He'll be looking to improve on that P13. Obviously going to try and help out his best friend of Flying Rozzy, and he is not improving at this moment in time. You can see the rust on that Alpine driver at the moment in time. All eyes will be on Flying Rozzy once he starts his flying lap around here. Sam29M improving once again. That's a very nice lap time indeed. Goes up into P4. Stick on board with FRT Blackie, the Red Bull man. Set that blistering lap time as a bank of a 106.869. He'll be looking to further improve upon that. Right now, using so much of that curb, definitely going to scrub off a bit of time through turn 2 there. Now approaching turn 4. Again, this is where a lot of drivers tend to go wide, and my goodness me, that's a big old spin. Get on the power a little bit too soon there. Really massively unsettled the car. There's Harv on an outlap, fortunately for him. Not on the fly, because that certainly would have put him off for the Aston Martin. And FRT Blackie is not happy with that one at all. A lot of frustration being thrown out on that wall, which is really is a surprise, because I'm pretty sure he has enough time. And oh my goodness me, he's really thrown the handbags out of the pram right there. That's a real shame for the Red Bull man. He had plenty of time to go again. So that's a really odd decision from the Red Bull driver, Shazoo Savoya. He'll be looking to improve. And oh my goodness me, that's a massive mistake, and that is going to be his qualifying over indeed. On board with Flying Rozzy. He is improving. Ladies and gentlemen, up by a 10th through the first sector. And that is going to be enough for even the top 10. That's going to be enough for the top 10. So that's a big improvement for Flying Rozzy from where he is now. Through turn 9 he goes. Quite nicely done using all the track available. Takes a wide line. Bit of understeer through that middle corner apex. Up through turn 10 there. Now through the long left hand of turn 11. Lot of understeer through there. Using all the track available. You can see the time he has lost. Down by only up by half a 10th. Through turn 12 and now 13. It's all about scrubbing off the time, and Rozzy is taking a really wide line. I think he's deciding to go again here, or is he? I'm not too sure. It seems to be that he is, and it's only enough for P. Oh my goodness me, P12 for Flying Rozzy. This is really not looking good for the championship leader. On board with Adam Duddy at this moment in time. Can he improve on his 106.819? He's got the Humperdinck right behind him by 1,000th of a second. He'll certainly be looking to improve at this moment in time. Now through turn 11 he goes. It seems to me he's backed out again. Interesting decision. And so is the Humperdinck. No, he hasn't. He's still going for it. And oh my goodness me, Adam Dundee has massively put off the Humperdinck there. Could that be a steward inquiry later on? I don't think Luke will want to get involved with the championship fight, but that certainly could be penalised, because that definitely scrubbed off a bit of time there for the Humperdinck. That's a line, and he does improve, but could that have been more is the bigger question, because that was massively off-putting there for the Aston Martin. We've got to stick on board with the man half a point behind Flying Rozzy at this moment in time, up into 8th gear. And DRS wide open. It's going to be a big improvement of about a 10th. Less than a 10th of a second, so nothing too drastic. But can Adam pull this off is the bigger question. Through turn 6 he goes. Down to 6th gear. Down to 5th. And launches back up to 6th. That is the Haas driver of Limp Jet going backwards. That certainly would have distracted Adam through that middle sector. Now approaching turn 10, taking a wider line this time, not using any of that inside curb. Certainly going to gain him some time. Shazoo Nick goes into P3. Nicely done there from the McLaren man. And he's not improving at the moment, is Adam. He's going to need a good last corner. Is he getting a tow here from TMS Amaze? Isn't this banned in WR? I believe he is. TMS Amaze is giving his teammate a big old slipstream, which is absolutely huge and against the WR rules. And is he going to do it? No, he doesn't. TMS Amaze was certainly trying to help him out there, and that again could involve the stewards inquiry. That is absolutely huge news, but it is going to be the Humperdinck here who's going to steal pole position away. Unless Steve can do anything about it, he won't be able to this time around. On board with TMS Sora, the Haas man. Can he steal away pole position through this final few corners now? Up to line goes Sora. It's a 107, it's a 106.958. Does improve, but stays where he is in P9. Wow, what a qualifying that is indeed here in WR Tier 3. A big surprise to say the least in terms of qualifying performances from Flying Rozzy. Not what I expected from the championship leader, leading by half a point here tonight. Could this have been a tactical? That has got to be a question we've got to ask ourselves here, ladies and gentlemen. Was this a tactical decision from Flying Rozzy? I believe it wasn't. I just feel like he didn't have the pace here to compete tonight, here in qualifying. Although it's extremely close, you've got to question. Flying Rozzy is certainly in a very, very difficult position at the moment. To catch up to Adam Dundee, he's got a lot of cars to get through here tonight. He's going to have to ask for a lot of favours from a lot of drivers to get him through this field. I'm sure the two TMS drivers in P8 and P9 will certainly be forming a roadblock here tonight to not let Flying Rozzy through. But that is qualifying here in the short qualifying here at Sao Paulo. It is the Humperdinck on pole position with a blistering lap time of a 106.738, followed by Adam in P2 with Shazoo Nick in P3 with typical XF1 in P4, and that rounds off the top four there. And it is going to be an interesting race from here on out. The question is, who do you think is going to win this Brazilian Grand Prix? Could this be a setup related issue? Is there any rain possibly predicted later on? We'll have to wait and see. And there is rain! Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so that might explain why Rossi might have been off the pace in qualifying. He might have had a wet setup here at Brazil. And this will be an interesting championship decider from now. The wet is certainly much harder to overtake in than it is the dry. So I'll have to wait and see how this all plays out here tonight. Waiting on the drivers to just change their setups possibly and make any setup tweaks as well. We'll have to wait and see how this all plays out for the drivers as they get their fuel sorted and as well as strategy, because again that will be a key factor in this race. Could someone decide to go for the one stop? It's very unlikely, but you never know. With some good time management, somebody might be able to pull it off. That is another question for another time possibly. It is intermediate conditions, not the full wets. 36 laps here, remember, so certainly the inters probably will not last to the end. And it will be all eyes on the championship contenders. One in P2 and one in P14, which is absolutely stunning for Adam. That relieves so much pressure off your shoulders. The stress is gone now for Adam. He can really relax, but he's got a long old way to go to make it to the end. 36 laps. Safety cars possibly as well. You never know how this could go down. We could see a possible Sebastian Vettel, remember, if he can cash your mind back, with damage into turn 4, I believe. Got spun round early on, had to change his front wing. Could we see something like that with Adam? Who knows here tonight. But remember, whoever finishes in front will be champion. No ifs or no buts, unless there is obviously some serious inquiries. We'll have to wait and see. Luke doing his best to warm up the tyres, making sure not to spin the car, of course, because that will be bad news for the Aston Martin. A lot of pad drivers certainly be celebrating this one, and I know Harv was certainly praying for some dry, wet conditions here tonight, and he has certainly got that conditions that he dreamt of here tonight. So, cast your thoughts in the chat below. Who do you think will win this race, and who do you think will be the WR Tier 3 champion here at Sao Paulo? We'll have to wait and see how this all plays out. The AlphaTauri of VSR GC taking his time to warm up the tyres. Maybe had a few engine issues, and that is and a Haas of probably limp jets who's been spun around. It is trying to get his tyres up into temperature and certainly be overcooking them at this moment in time. But my, you can win the championship here tonight, Adam, as well as Rossi. The pressure is all on you two. But this is where good drivers become great drivers. But who will be that great driver here tonight? Who will write their name in the WR history books? We'll have to wait later on. 36 laps will tell us who will be the champion. And what the hell has happened to the Humperdinck? I've never seen this before in my life. I think his AI somehow got spun round, which is unbelievable. Can he reset to track? What the hell? Yep, can confirm that Luke's has broken the game, which is unbelievable. I've never seen this before. Just stick by us if you're watching at home. I'll have to send Luke a pre-amplified invitation. Hopefully he joins off that relatively quickly. His tyres are only going to be affected as well as everybody else. I think he's forcing it upon himself for an actual restart, so he can write his name into the history book. People aren't happy. People are not happy. We are having a restart of the lobby. Wow, real surprise there. I don't think there'll be a lot of happy. I don't think that will be. Adam won't be happy about that one. in particular, because he was certainly looking for a very good result. If Luke certainly left, it certainly put a lot of pressure off his shoulders, knowing that he had one last car to get past. Just waiting on some information. Send Harvey the grid and whatnot. Oh, we're getting going now. Thank you, Harvey, for an invite. Wow, got to do some waffling now. But yeah, I'm really surprised by this qualifying at this moment in time. Didn't really expect Flying Rossi to be so far back, and looking at his form across this season, you wouldn't have really expected it from a man who's got 3 wins this season, as well as a podium in PE3 at Singapore. Sorry, so it really is surprising for a driver of his quality to be so far down. But yeah, as well, Adam, he's only picked up 1 victory this season. With Australia, I believe he got half points for that one, and that's why they are separated by less than 1 point, whereas Adam's got 2 second place. He's got the most second places this season of 5, so it's interesting to see the change in form near the end of the season between the 2 drivers, the drop off with Rossi, and the form gained from Adam in the later half of the season. That's been the key turning point for Adam in his title hopes, from not finishing the first for the second and third race at Italy and Russia, to then going on to getting a P3 at Canada, and then a second place again at Imola, as well as a win at Mexico. Oh, not a win at Mexico, another second place at Mexico, my apologies, and a half win at Australia, and then 2 second places, and then a win at France, and then 12 points he got, which I believe is P4 at Britain. So it's really quite something, to say the least, how the season's really turned on its head in this later half of the season. He's done what the famous Man United inspiration guy on YouTube said: second half of the season, we're going on a title charge, you know. He's gone for that, and he's done it, and he's stuck by it. But the question is, can he get the title here tonight? That's all we've got to be questioning ourselves. Will Adam be able to pull this off? Again, there was rain expected. Was there rain for the full race? That's what I want to know. A lot of drivers very unhappy with some of the decisions made here tonight. Can't blame them after, you know, they thought they could have got going, but obviously clearly wasn't Luke's fault after he did leave the game. It didn't really help itself. So yeah, really nothing much else to say at this moment in time, since I haven't been here much this season, unfortunately. So yeah. Another news on the PSGL grid. In the PSGL race, if you are not watching that, it is an interesting race at this moment in time. Alfie Butcher followed behind. It's Lucas Blakely who is leading on the medium tyres, followed by Thomas Ronha. Then Timus Shooter, Duncan Hoffland, and Alfie Butcher. But yeah, at this moment in time, no real action. Just waiting for all the drivers to load into the lobby. But yeah. As I wait for the grid to form back up, it is going to be a light rain throughout. So yeah, it's big news for this race. Brendan Lee was the first man to pit on the soft tyres. I'm just doing, you know what they do in the football, you know? When they say, oh, catch Monday Night Live football, live 10 PM, I'm just doing that. I'm talking about the other results and other things. Let's talk about Steve F1. Steve, let's have a look at your season. Very up and down one, I believe. Steve F1. There you are. And P10 in the championship. The Ferrari man. 4 points, 4 points. DNF 50. He got third place at Austria. Nicely done. DNF. 10 points. Did not start. 3.0, 12. DNF 0. So you've had an up and down season, unfortunately. This season, Steve, which is a real shame. TMS Hayden, how are you? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, real shame for you, Steve. I was expecting, fight for the title, but can't always get your own way, I suppose. Oh, shoot, yep, got to spectate. There we go. I was just going to start racing, get us underway. The commentator's going to do live commentary feed while racing. Could you imagine the commentator costing one of the drivers the title? That would be very, very dramatic, to say the least. Louis Welsh leading the way, by the way, in Pierre Charlotte in P5, but that is a net P1. Still, Lucas Blakely, Thomas Ronhart, Timon Shooter, and Alfie Butcher all left yet to pit. At this moment in time, be interesting to see if they can make their way through the field and crucially make some overtakes as well. Yeah, this PSL race has been one for the ages. Desync issues, qualifying issues, you name it, this race has had it. And could that mean more added pressure to, Adam in particular to possibly, lose this race? All this waiting certainly becomes more worrying. You know what I mean? Because the more you have to wait, the more the tension builds up, and that certainly is not what you want to have when you're in such a high prestigious race as this one here tonight. Jeez, that's pretty cool. But yep, again, nothing really to say. If I would commentate this season, I'd probably have some facts for you all. As Dark Killer takes out Flying Rozzy, that probably would have happened, because I am dreadful in these intermediate conditions. Certainly on Xbox, certainly wasn't one of my strengths, that is for certain. Hopefully the grid will be sorted relatively soon. Did send it to Harvey. Hopefully should be getting to ready up briefly soon, so we can bring you some of that WR action and find out who will win the title here tonight. And again, it's a difficult one to decide, but it's all in favour of Adam after that brilliant qualifying, putting him in P2 right behind the Humperdinck, who did not want to let Adam have any free roam off getting a free overtake before the race even got underway, which is smart from Luke, but certainly will be costly. It could have been costly for the reputation of Mr. Humperdinck of biased decision making. That sometimes you've got to prioritise yourself, and that is what Luke has done. And it's, to be fair, good for both drivers actually, of Flying Rozzy and Adam. They can now change their setups once again, get that wet setup on. And really have no excuses to possibly cause an upset, win a race, so let's wait and see how this all plays out here tonight. You never know which way it can really go. Brazil's commonly known for such high stakes and high drama, so we'll have to wait and see how this all goes for any of these drivers, Are we readying up? We are readying up here, ladies and gentlemen. The waffling is over. The action is going to begin once again, and my oh my, I've waited for that one. And again, we are heading to Sao Paulo once again. Hopefully no issues this time. It's nearly 9 o'clock and we haven't even got underway. A long wait in qualifying, and now we've got a long old race ahead of us. Brendan Lee in a very good position off P5. Alfa Romeo disconnected. Alfie Butcher in a difficult position, 2.5 seconds back. Very nice move from Brendan Lee. Up into P4, and again we've got the intermediate conditions. Again, who do you think will win the championship, ladies and gentlemen? Please let me know in the chat below. Make this a bit more of an interesting stream, because if I can talk to you, certainly we'll cut out the boring parts off when there is nothing really to talk about. Lucas Blakely getting past Andrei Tarabudkin. Is that Duncan Hoffland trying to get past, or is it Thomas Ronhard trying to get past Duncan Hoffland there? I think Alfie Butcher made a bad strategy call of not pitting earlier, but that's a shame for him. And again, 10 seconds remain, and now the tension will start to build up again on this formation lap. The nerves will certainly be there. Drive-through penalties cannot be afforded by any of these drivers. So all the drivers onto the grid now. We'll go again for the formation lap for a second time round. And is that another driver who's disconnected? I do not believe it. And it has. Typical XF1 has decided to either quit or he has disconnected, which is very, very annoying. And he will not have any tyre temps in his car, which is a shame for him. Bit of fighting in the middle of the race at the minute. And again, these drivers will certainly be looking to warm up their tyres, get them into the right temperature, because if you want a good launch, you certainly will be wanting to get a good launch, and that will be crucial. And once again, the AlphaTauri VSR GC deciding to take a very long formation lap, which could get him penalised once again, which isn't a surprise, and I quite frankly don't think he cares, because he's just here for the vibes, you know, and that is what you like to see. Some drivers don't like to properly go for it and just want to have a good fun bit of racing. Down the inside goes Brendan Lee. Contact again with Carter Lundy. Possibly might have wing damage from that. And again, opens DRS. Gonna go down the inside. Should be easy move for Brendan Lee, and it is. The Ferrari man makes the move stick. Nicely done indeed. But now on board with the Humperdinck, he's set the tone. He's getting the pack right bunched up to here, and oh my goodness me, Shazoo Nick nearly just ended Adam Dundee right there and then. Jan Pancakes getting disqualified after collision with TMS Sora. That is a real shame for them too. Go back all the way to VSR GC, who has gone a country mile back to decide to warm up his tyres, and will he cross the line and get us going? We've been here long enough. Don't make us wait any longer. And he has gone extremely slow up to his grid slot. So we're going to have an agonising wait now, as all the drivers are in their position. And Luke, Adam, Shazoo, Nick, everybody inside the top 5 are certainly going to have really cold tyres now. And that is not going to be good for their races. Finally, VSR GC has made it to his grid position, as he agonisingly creeps up to the line there. So, we've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4, we've got 5 red lights here at Sao Paulo, and it's lights out and away we go. And it seems to me that Adam Dundee got a good start, but not as good as the Humperdinck. It goes across him and makes sure there's no chance of a dive bomb. Shazoo Nick is trying to get involved in this championship battle. He goes around the outside, he gets the inside line into turn 2. What a move! And Adam Dundee is falling down the order. FLC Blackie makes a move as well. Great stuff there from the Red Bull driver, and it's going to be Steve F1 who's going to gone up a position as well. Few minutes in the background, TMS Sora and TMS Amaze going at it as well. Jam Pancakes moving down a few positions. Cheetah getting past TMS Amaze there. Crucial for the Freddy moves in the midfield. Oh my goodness me, that's FLT Bracket going off the road. That's a Ferrari off the track of Steve F1. What is going on? A bit of decent for some of the drivers. Shazoo Savoya is off the track. Is that going to be a safety car already? There's the Humperdinck and Shazoo Nick going side by side, and that is Luke making a big old mistake on the exit, and he's gone into the back of Shazoo Nick, missing his breaker point completely. Aston Martin losing a bit of, maybe has a bit of wing damage from that, because that was a big old impact into the back of the McLaren there. Typical FX1 under pressure now from TMS Sora, who goes darting around the outside. I don't think Typical FX1 has a setup because of how he disconnected early on. So that's a big shame for him, and that's a Ferrari off Rain, who has spun round at the final corner. What a shame for the Ferrari man. And Shazoo Nick is pulling away. Jam Pancakes getting past Typical FX1, who's going to fight it out here. And oh my goodness me, that's a big old dive bomb. And I don't think Jam Pancakes will be happy with that one, forcing him off the road. And that's going to see Cheetah going to go around the outside, making an easy move indeed. Flying Rozzy going to try and get past. But unfortunately, he's been overtaken by half 2, 3, 4. It's not been the start the championship leader has been hoping for. And as it stands, it is in favour of Adam. And oh my goodness me, Liam Hardham has just tried to go for an outrageous dive on Flying Rozzy, and he has come off worse there. That's a real shame for Liam in the Alfa Romeo. And TMS Amaze is really parking the bus through this middle sector. Really is pulling out that WOR Australia performance of those many seasons ago. If you could cash your minds back to WOR Tier 2 or Tier 3 I believe, where he just parked the car and did not let anybody through, and I think that's what he's going to try and do with Flying Rozzy to help out his TMS colleague to get a victory and get the championship crucially. Flying Rozzy, is he going to go for one of his famous dives? No, he's not quite yet, but he's got a very good exit. And TMS Amaze will soon be checking his mirrors, and this is going to be an interesting fight between the pair of them. Shazoo Nick is absolutely flying, 1.2 in front of the Humperdinck, and he is not closing down that gap. Adam Dundee gaining a bit of time there on Luke. We'll stick on board with these two, and TMS Amaze making a huge mistake, and he's going to lift off in between turn 2 and turn 3 now. This is absolutely crucial for the championship. Rozzy needs to get past Amaze as soon as he can. Amaze is using everything, and he is defending as hard as he can. Rozzy needs to be calculated about this one. He can't afford to be taken out of this race. This is classic TMS Amaze defending at this moment in time, and Rozzy will be getting frustrated because look at that. My goodness me, the Limp Jet was trying to go for an absolutely outrageous move down the inside into that flying right hand corner, and Amaze is just doing everything right at the moment at this moment in time, parking the car in the right place at the right time, making sure Rozzy cannot get through. 2.43 seconds has been lost, and look at that again, defending the inside. Nothing Flying Rozzy can do at this moment in time. And again, Rozzy is going to have to go for an outrageous dive bomb here or there. And I wonder if we're going to see some interesting team tactics from the likes of Jam Pancakes, who might decide to back up the field. And again, get TMS Amaze to back off from Flying Rozzy, who's under pressure now from Newcastle Ryan, who switches left, he switches right, and he's back on the outside once again. Will he go around the outside? No, it's a bit too optimistic for Alfa Romeo, but he could get a slingshot of an exit through turn 2 here, which he sort of does, but has to lift due to the McLaren. But look at the time, Flying Rozzy is losing to the Williams of TMS Amaze at the minute. 3 seconds is the gap to the guys in front of half 2, 3, 4 in typical XF1. Again, nothing going for the McLaren man. This is walking pace at the minute for the McLaren man, and you can see, look how much pressure he is under. It was not the conditions Rozzy was hoping for, that is for certain. VSR GC going to go down the inside. What a move this will be for the AlphaTauri. Fortunately, not going to make the move stick. Bit too much, a little bit too much throttle implication there, and losing the rear end as Limpjet goes darting down the inside. But GC has the inside for turn 9. That's an easy move once again for VSR GC. And Jam Pancakes TMS Sora find out, and Jam Pancakes making another move on the house driver. Nicely done there. And again, more time being lost from the McLaren and the Williams. You can see the frustration in Rossi. He's getting on that power as early as he can, but nothing is really working out for him. Newcastle Ryan has certainly got the better straight line speed on that setup right now. He is gaining. He's going to go for the inside line. Switches again back to the outside. He's been boxed in from the Williams and the McLaren. And he's going to try and go the long way around. And Mays has absolutely parked it to tactically let. And oh my goodness me, is that going to be damage? Big accident into turn 2. Huge collision caused by TMS and Mays by purposely letting off and then getting on the power. That is big news for the championship, and that is huge for Newcastle Ryan's race, who's lost a lot of possible side pod damage, but Rain F1 as well as Liam Harden will not be happy with that one. Flying Rossi has got a 5-second time penalty for cutting the track, which is interesting. I think that's probably for an illegal overtake more than anything there. Yeah, exactly right. You'd think, why isn't Flying Rossi using some more of that battery? I think he just knows he's got no chance of getting past the Maze at this moment in time. He doesn't have the confidence. I think he's accepted he's lost the championship. At the moment in time, Adam is trying to apply the pressure to the Humperdinck, and it's not going his way at the moment. 4.5 tenths back. He is still using that ERS, and that is TMS Sora out the race. Is that going to be a safety car? It is indeed. Flying Rossi has been given a lifeline here, and I think if he's a smart driver, he will decide to pit, but he can't. He's decided to stick out. He could have tactically gotten rid of that 5-second penalty, and really saved his race there. But he's finally gotten past TMS and Mays, who will get back past him later on. So that's big news for the championship in that sense. He cannot overtake with DRS, as the DRS is not enabled in these wet conditions at the moment. Until it starts to dry up, which it will not, I can confirm. There's absolutely no chance for Flying Rossi to get past. Go back up 29. Again, no drivers deciding to pit inside the top 10 here. Bit of drama in PSL at the moment between the top 10, and Alf Butcher getting a 3-second time penalty. That's going to probably be removed. But yeah, typical FF1 has overtaken Jam Pancakes. He decides to pit early on here. Interesting decision. Flying Rossi decides to go a lap later than TMS and Mates, which is an interesting decision, hoping that he might have gotten hold up by the VSC, but he's got that 5-second penalty to serve, so that's not going to help his chances here at all. On board with the Humperdinck, he's going to be quite thankful for the safety car to be deployed, as Shizou Nick was absolutely flying away at the end there. A lot of drivers not happy. Thanks for Ferrari just bidding me. Yeah. Not a lot of happy drivers in the WR chat. He is screwed indeed. He's now got to get past Liam, who, if you can remember, tried to go on that dive bomb really far back early on. So he'll have a hard time getting past him as well. Rossi has got a big task ahead of him. I'm surprised that the Humperdinck and Shizunik both opted not to pit. Maybe they feel with a safety car they might be able to make it to the end, which is going to be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if we can get some tyre information, possibly later on. I wish there was a button that we could press so we could just know that information off by heart. The drivers did start to form away a little bit there. As the race did start to form on, the gaps did start to widen up a little bit. Get some information on the positions changes and half up 8 places from P16. A great start from the Aston Martin. He'll be looking to build on that momentum. Newcastle Ryan up into P10. Jam Pancakes out of the pit stop in P11. So he's the first man to pit and the last man to pit, and he's in a great position to possibly steal a victory away from Adam at this moment in time. You never know. As well as Shazoo Nick with the pit stops. Again, nobody is on any other tyres, so keep on board and see how this all plays out as the race goes along. Safety car hopefully should be coming in this lap as VSRGC is now caught up. Flying Rozzy will be looking to get past both TMS and Mays and Liam as soon as he can. But all eyes are on them two, as I've never seen a man park a car better than TMS Amazing. As you can see, is that tactical from Flying Rozzy? I believe that is. That seemed to me a tactical decision from Flying Rozzy to let VSRGC through. And I think you can all know why he has done that. To use GC as the battling ram to push the drivers in front of him out the way. Because GC certainly had some good pace in that middle when he did catch up. So let's see how this all plays out. Callum, Flying Rozzy is losing the title at the moment by quite some distance. Remember, he was half a point in front of Adam, and now he is massively behind at this moment in time. Shazoo Nick gets us back underway. Sam 29 is seeming to fight it out with FFT back. He goes back down the inside. Humperdinck missed on his braking board absolutely drastically there. Steve F1 looking to get involved in the fight as well. Half under pressure from Cheetah, but he gets the move done. Nicely done indeed. VSRGC's not at the start he would have wanted. The same with Flying Rozzy. Maybe an incident early on between those guys as Flying Rozzy is back by 1.3 seconds. TMS and Maze is going to back up this pack once again. Make sure there's no chance for Flying Rozzy to make any inroad on the cars in front. And if you've got a feel for Lip Gent as well as Liam Hardham, who might have better pace than TMS and Maze, but they'll have nothing to do with it because TMS and Maze will not want any involvement with these guys and give any hope to the likes of Flying Rozzy, because remember, TMS and Maze and Adam Tunde are in the same team at the moment. And there we go, Newcastle Ryan go down the inside. Nicely done for the Alfa Romeo, clean as you like. Nothing for typical XF1 to defend by, and he's now got to check his mirrors as Jam Pancakes, is he going to go down the inside? Not quite yet. Remember, he's had a historical race around here before in TSRL all those many seasons ago with a certain individual. TMS and Maze is looking to apply the pressure though to Jam Pancakes, from the defending to attacking the Williams man. Certainly using a lot of that battery. Is he going to go for the move down the inside into turn 1? Not quite yet, but seems to me that Jam Pancakes was looking to go down the inside of typical XF1 there. He was, but certainly couldn't get the move done just yet. And now it's time for TMS and Maze. Certainly tried to apply some pressure. Unfortunately for him, can't make that move stick, as there we go, Jam Pancakes going to go side by side with typical FX1, and there he goes, Dan making the move down the inside, clean as you like between the two, but a wheel spin from Dan, that's going to leave him vulnerable to TMS and Major, he goes violently and cross in front of there. Smart defending there from Jam Pancakes, because you certainly don't want to be letting a driver who can defend as well as a Maze through, that is for certain. And hello to M Racer in the chat. Flying Rozzy has caught up to this train at the moment. Will he try and get past Liam Hardham? That is the question. I feel like Flying Rozzy is certainly going to try and make his intermediates, try and last to the end and not make another pit stop, which is probably why he's playing so conservative with his tyres and not willing to risk anything in particular. He's got nothing to lose from P15, for goodness sake, so why not go for something bold and different? Again, Shazoo Nick showing his class over this grid at the minute, pulling the gap drastically, 2.6, and the McLaren man is flying away with this. Jam Pancakes finally gets the move done on typical XF1, who's going to go for the switchback here, and he might actually get the move back done as he got the better overspeed on the exit there, but unfortunately, seems to me, the Jam Pancakes just had just enough traction there to keep in front before turn 4. Nicely done there from the Alpine driver. TMS and Maze making a big old mistake there. That's going to see Limp Jump try and get past. Unfortunately, the Haas driver cannot make the move stick. And again, No real action at the front or the middle of this field. All eyes on Jam Pancakes now. He's going to look to close back in on Newcastle Ryan and really try and make some moves between some of these guys. Team SMA is looking to apply the pressure to typical XF1 because it seems to me that the setup difference, because F1 doesn't have any setup on, he's got the default one on due to disconnecting, has really hindered his pace and stopped a potential real good result. And as you can see, Amaze is really applying the pressure at the moment through that final corner. Shazoo Nick setting the fast lap of the race again. 16.558. Very quick indeed from the McLaren man. And again, we've got another move in the background. Liam Harden making the move down the inside of Limpjet. And it's going to be a nice, easy move for Liam Harden. Nicely done there from the Alfa Romeo. Typical XF1 gets a penalty. You can see he's struggling drastically, and Amaze knows he's got to get past here. The Williams man on the Mercedes. George Russell versus Lewis Hamilton. Nicely done indeed from Team Amaze, leaving racing room once again. Nicely done there from Team Amaze, the Scotsman, darting down the inside. Nicely done. Yellow flag in sector 2, and that is GC and Rain battling it out. The AlphaTauri making the move down the inside. Nicely done for the AlphaTauri. Potential wing damage for the Ferrari, it seems, as he is struggling with a bit of understeer at this moment in time. Again, Flying Rossi, seems to me that he's just conserving his tyres at the moment, really just trying to make them last to the end. But having mistakes like that will not helping his cause of trying to make some inroad. But you can tell he's just driving super cautiously and not willing to take any risk. Adam Dundee, again, really struggling to keep close to the Humperdinck, who's obviously had some good pace, but obviously not as good as Shazoo Nick, who's absolutely flying in this race. Down to 30% of the battery though. You can tell he has been pushing that McLaren to the limits, and it is working for him as he is extending on every lap. And Aston Martin really is struggling with that ERS, unlike Adam, who's up to 65%, now up to 70 nearly through turn 4 there. FT Blackie as well, he's looking to make some inroads, cause some disruption in the championship. Remember, a DNF can really cause the drama. Imagine that, losing the championship by half a point. It'd be absolute heartbreak for Adam, so I don't think he'll be looking to risk anything here tonight. You can feel the pressure and the tension between those two, but yeah, it's an interesting race right now. It's all a bit of a stalemate. Harv is certainly looking to be quite quick, going to apply some pressure to Steve F1 right now. Unfortunately, not making any moves at this moment in time. Again, Flying Rossi really not making any inroads on Limpjet either. You can tell a driver, he's got no confidence in the car at the minute. No apex speed carrying, and certainly not getting on the power. Jam Pancakes again making a move. He's certainly been looking like one of the fastest drivers on the track at the minute. The Alpine darting down the inside, and now he's behind his teammate off Cheetah, who might have to let him go, because look again, Jam Pancakes might make another move. He's never lost his touch as Jam Pancakes. He's going to go for it again, but a wheel spin, losing the rear end, has to yield out of that move, and here comes Newcastle Ryan, who's going to get back past Jam Pancakes, and that's going to be absolutely gutting for Jam Pancakes after just getting past the Alfa Romeo. He's going to have to do it all again, once again on the Alfa Romeo. That's a real shame for Jam Pancakes. Steve F1 again checking his rearview mirrors as Harv is really driving quite well at this moment in time. The Aston Martin really is cool and collected, but yeah, the Humperdinck certainly is starting to lose a bit of time now to Adam through that middle sector in particular, especially on the exits. He seems to gain through the corners, but on the exit in particular is where Luke is certainly starting to struggle through this middle sector. Could there be a need for a pit stop early on? We'll have to wait and see how this all plays out. Again, the Red Bull of FT Blackie not close enough to make any kind of move. Sector 2, Sector 3, that's another retirement. Is that a safety car once again? We'll have to wait and see. Parked in sort of a dangerous position is Rain on that final corner. Who knows? Could this be another safety car? It seems to me that there's going to be no indication of that whatsoever, and that is a bit frustrating once again for the likes of the Humperdinck, Adam Dundee and Shazoo Nick, as well as FRT Blackie and Steve F1 and Harv, for example. All the drivers yet to pit. Certainly not be too happy with that one. Again, Jam Pancake certainly starting to get into the rhythm, not being able to close up to Newcastle Ryan as much as he did on that previous lap when he made that move. Stick down the inside into turn 1. You can see the confidence that Jam Pancakes has through the mid-speed, through the apexes there. He carries so much more speed than Newcastle Ryan, but he certainly, Ryan gets the better exits compared to Dan, and you can see it paying off for him, as every time Dan gets close, the exit of Newcastle Ryan really does save him. And again, braking late, but is that going to give him any dividends? It has this time round, as Newcastle Ryan did take a bit too much of that inside curve, definitely lost him some momentum, and again Ryan is going to have to defend. It seems to me that Jam Pancakes has certainly got the wings to be able to make this move as he goes to the inside, and Ryan not really putting up too much of a fight here, and there we go, easy as you like for Jam Pancakes. Down the inside, he's made that move again on Newcastle Ryan, making sure not to make any kind of mistake once again. Got too greedy last time, trying to make that move, and it is Liam Hardham who's been spun round, and that is Flying Rozzy up into P14. How's he leading by 7 seconds now, you say? Pure pace. That's literally it. Pure pace. Shazoo Nick has really dominated this field here tonight. No incidents whatsoever. It's just been on pure pace from Shazoo Nick. Limp Jet getting past Typical XF1. Good news to him. Now it's Flying Rozzy's turn to try and get past the limping Mercedes, who's really struggling. And you can tell Flying Rozzy has started to try and pick up the pace a little bit now, as he is using some more of that battery. There was a safety car early on, but that did not affect Shazoo Nick at all, and as well as the Humperdinck. It's just been, Nick has been a class above the rest, as the saying goes. And Harv darts into the pit lane, going to lose a lot of time after not pitting under that safety car. Maybe thought it was a bit too early. And again, Jam Pancakes looking to make the move on Cheetah, who parks it brilliantly there. But you'd think his teammate might decide to let him go, but obviously not, and that's a brilliant switch back there from the Alpine of Jam Pancakes. It's Fernando Alonso versus Esteban Ocon at the moment, and there we go, the more experienced driver of Jam Pancakes making that move, stick down the inside. Nicely done. Experience outranks everything in my books, and that is nicely done, as Newcastle Ryan is trying to get past Cheetah down the inside there. Nothing really working at this moment in time. Cheetah down to he's on a good bit of battery, actually, more than Newcastle Ryan. Quite surprising there, and Amaze is looking to make some inroad as well. Flying Rozzy certainly won't be happy with how his race has gone here tonight. Certainly with the gaps which have formed from Limp Jet, as well as Newcastle Ryan and Amaze find it out, and Amaze has made that move down the inside. Nicely done. Newcastle Ryan will certainly be looking to fight this one back. Will he be able to make that move back? No, he will not. Using too much of that inside curb really kills his momentum, as Amaze gets a very nice third bit of traction there on the exit there. Nicely done from Amaze to make that move stick. Again, battling for P2 at the moment. Adam Dundee is under pressure from FLT Blackie, but the man who's really under pressure is the Humperdinck from Adam Dundee, who's really right behind him right now, and it's looking likely that the Williams man will probably make the move on this next lap if he's able to stick nice and close through this middle sector. Surely he'll want a P2 here tonight to seal his championship, even though it doesn't matter, he could finish P10 and he'd still win the championship. So really it's all down to Adam. Can he finish this race is the question. All eyes are on him at this moment in time. Again, Humperdinck getting a good exit through that final corner. Nothing really pulling off for Adam. It seems to me the last sector's really been Adam's weakest, but it seems to me he's actually going for it this time around, using a lot more of the battery. This time around got Luke really worried for a split second there, but Luke's been managing his ERS quite nicely now, up into the high 60s on that battery. And again, Adam certainly looking to apply some more pressure, using some more of the battery, trying to catch out Luke at the moment, but again, not close enough. Using some of that battery to keep Luke thinking off a move and making sure he's checking those mirrors. Jam Pancakes really has closed up now in these last few laps onto the back of Sam29M, and I think he's found another guy he's going to get past relatively soon. The Alpine driver looking very, very quick in these intermediate conditions, as Sam29 losing the rear end of the car made it look like a defensive move on Jam Pancakes there. Possibly it could have been, but it seemed to me like a bit of a mistake from the Red Bull man. You want to commentate, Alex? I'll happily invite you. There you go. I need a co-com. This has been the deadest race of all time. There you go, Alex. Oh! It's FOT Blackie! FOT Blackie's going slow! What's going on? The Red Bull driver has lost some time. That's a big, big mistake for the Red Bull man. As also fighting Alex Daly to the pie. And here comes Jam Pancakes. He's going to go down the inside. The LP driver. Is he going to make the move stick? He certainly is. He's going to have to hold him around the outside. What a move from Jam Pancakes 44. He's up into P5. What a move indeed from Jam Pancakes. TMS Amaze is getting involved in the action now, as FRC Blackie has fallen down the order here. I'm not sure what has gone on with him. Flying Rozzy finally fighting it out now with VSR GC for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, what a event here in WR Tier 2. Alex, you got your audio included? Tier 3, yeah, sorry. Alright, welcome to the stream. I know you joined midway through. Hello. It's been a dramatic race. Adam Dundee is leading this way now, and he's going to win the championship most likely. But Jam Pancakes is the man on form right now.
Jam Pancakes. Oh god. Right, I've got in the session, and I've been watching a couple of laps to see what's going on, and I've seen, is it a half point?
Yeah, half
in
point.
The championship, is half a point. So Flying Rozzy has got I need a miracle here. Down in 13th, and Adam Dude in 3rd. But crazy things have happened, in my opinion. So
it seems to me that Jam Pancakes is going to go for it again! Down the inside! Jam Pancakes is up into P4! What a move on Steve F1! It's looking likely that there could be a miracle on Flying Rozzy's hands at the minute, because Jam Pancakes is going to certainly be applying the pressure to Adam Dundee now. Oh my goodness me! Could we see some teamwork being helping out here from Jam Pancakes? So that's a massive mistake from Adam, who's obviously feeling the pressure there. I don't know what just happened there. Feeling the pressure there from from Jam Pancakes, because he knows Jam Pancakes is going to make the move. And oh my goodness me, Adam Dundee is certainly under pressure here, Alex.
Oh my days, he is. I mean, I'd be terrified if there was Jam Pancakes in my mirrors. I mean, I'd normally have that for breakfast, but in a cockpit of a racing car, I can't believe it. He will be absolutely terrified, because Jam does not care about this championship. He wants to win the race. I mean, second probably, looking at the cap. Nick has pulled a masterclass off, it looks like. But here comes Jam Pancakes. You see a lot of his ERS. He does have a lot less than Adam do, but he's relentless in the usage. Here we go. He's boosting his whole bloody battery down the straight. Will he dive bomb Adam 2? Looks like he will, down the inside of Adam 2. What's he going to do? Oh, he's let him through. Jam Pancakes. Brilliant move into 3rd. Adam 2, quite clever, I think, to let him go there. That could have ended nasty.
I think that was a very, very smart decision from Adam there. It could have been championship over, because we know a man who has had his championship taken away here at Brazil before. I think he wouldn't mind doing that to somebody else to feel their pain, make them feel his pain off those many seasons ago. Could we see Jam Pancakes helping out Flying Rozzy? That is another question. But it seems to me that Jam Pancakes is certainly looking to get a P2 potentially, and cost the Humperdinck a very good result, because Shazoo Nick has been a class above the field at the minute. 9.7 seconds. I don't know. He's a Sun driver. He's called Nick. So
fair enough. 10
seconds now. I think he's got grip hacks.
He's cheating, mate. He's cheating.
There's nothing else to say. He's got some grip hacks on. He's got the PC hacks, and he's utilising it.
That's crucial. Have you just seen at the bottom of the screen? Newcastle Football Club Ryan 2006 just
Ooh.
left the session. And that is significant because Flying Rossi, we're going to 10th place.
And
And that means if Adam do crashes or anything like that. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
For third.
yeah, Adam Dundee is trying to get the move back done on Jam Pancakes, and Jam Pancakes is going to do what TMS Amaze did to Flying Rossi. He's now going to park the car through the first sector and make sure, and Adam Dundee and Jam Pancakes using some of your tactics here. Oh my goodness me, is he going to try and go down the inside? That would be suicidal for Adam Dundee to try and make a move that late down the inside of Jam Pancakes. It certainly wouldn't have worked. And wow, Jam Pancakes has certainly taken some tips out of your book here, Alex, of how to defend 101.
Absolutely. I mean, he's doing an incredible job here, helping Flying Rossi catch up. Because
Rossi's disconnected. No, he's disconnected.
oh,
Or there's a retirement.
Oh my
Is this
God.
going to be a safety car? Could this be a safety car?
oh,
Get it. We need to get Flying Rossi back in this race immediately. It's still a yellow flag in sector 1.
someone's just joined. Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, TMS Amaze, sorry as well. Steve F1 to find out. Amaze has now got past. It's now a TMS 4 and 5. And this is going to be really, really interesting. This could get political between the CRT team and the TMS team now. Could we see some teamwork being formed? Could TMS Amaze be let through and ram Jam Pancakes out the way? That is another question. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully Rossi is
back in.
Yeah, Rossi has now
in.
joined back in. We need a safety car here for Flying Rossi to get his title hopes back alive. Could GC form a miracle and accidentally crash the car like a certain Renault car?
for God's sake.
Like a certain Renault car in Singapore where he helped Alonso win the title all those many moons ago. Could we see that here in Brazil with the AlphaTauri? You never know, but that would go under some very dodgy rules and regulations. But yeah.
That would be an interesting one. I'm just fascinated that Luke Humphreys is in second place. That's a very impressive drive so far.
I think it'd be a bit disappointing,
wow.
wouldn't you think? Because he got pole position, and now he's just let his rival
did he?
get 10 seconds in front of him. It's probably now 11 seconds, for goodness sake, and he isn't even able to keep up through the corners. Never know. It's a fraudulent performance from the Humperdinck, in my opinion, because now Jam Pancakes, who started outside the top 10, is now on for a podium here at the minute. So we've got to give a fair play to Jam Pancakes, who's now pull away from Adam Dundee behind, who's absolutely struggling for pace here.
I mean, fair play to Jam. He hasn't played F1 for about 3 or 4 months, really, and he's kind of given up halfway through the game and all that thing. Like, he's nowhere near as good as he was on the 2019 game when he beat that nonce guy. Who, yeah, but he's looking very threatening here. Is Jam Pancakes? The Humperdinck is going to be under a lot of pressure here. Only 3/10 of gap in the middle sector. That just shows that Jam has the upper edge here, definitely.
Yeah, he certainly does. I wonder if we'll see some TMS Amaze moves on Adam Dundee. I don't think we will. I think he'll just be there to protect Adam from any threats, because if you saw early on, Amaze was literally parking it. I've never seen a driver park the car more for a middle sector than I have seen with TMS Amaze. He was literally, it's like he stalled the car
It's like Carlos
through the corner.
Tevez, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was perfectly Carlos Tevez. I mentioned it.
Somehow.
If you remember to that WRT3 season at Australia where he held up the field and caused so much carnage as Carlos Tevez, it is unbelievable when I saw that performance. I've never seen a driver park the car more. As well, now Jam Pancakes is now applying the pressure to the Humperdinck, who's certainly feeling the pressure now, the Aston Martin, over these last few laps. As a guy who's been playing the game way more than Jam Pancakes, it'd be pretty embarrassing to lose to a driver who's retired halfway through the game to be beaten, who's decided just to come on here to race at Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, but to be fair to Humperdinck, he's doing well. He's kept him behind for a bit, and he's doing what he needs so far. They're both on similar ERS percentages, like 50 to 60. Oh, and the rain has stopped. Do you think it will get 2 dries?
It could do. This could be.
That'll be an interesting one.
That's probably why these drivers. This is the F1 game after all, Alex. It's now apparently dry conditions, all in a space of a middle sector, which is absolutely unbelievable. We should do Nick Pitt. No, we will not. Jam Pancakes, yeah, again.
Look, he's so close.
He is literally right behind that rear wing off that Aston Martin now. And is he going to go for the move? Because surely he can be patient now, really. Because with the DRS, it'll be an easy move. But could we see a drastic change of pace, though? That's another question. And there
that is. Jam Pancakes putting the Humpsing offline. Luke Humphries parks it on the apex, so very nicely from the darts player. Ranked number 20 in the world. Jam Pancakes making contact with the back of Luke Humphries. This is huge stuff. Luke Humphries defending the inside line. Jam Pancakes going around the outside, potentially trying to look for the switchback. He's braking harder. He's lost it. He's bottled it. And Adam, dude, where is he in that? Oh, he's gone off a track. The Scotsman of Maze lets him through. Carlos Tevez's been very nice there, and not conceding that goal. And Luke Humphries, very, very poor reactions there. Got mugged by Jam Pancakes and spun off. And now Flying Rossi is going to attack Humphries. Luke Humphries, that is poor though. Poor.
That is poor. Man. He took too much of that curve. That was completely his fault. I can't. Jam Pancakes left him plenty of room on that inside apex there. And I think it's all down to a racing incident in my books. Nothing Dan could have done more there. And you've really got to question the sporting integrity of the Humperdinck of purposely spinning on that apex of 2 and 4 there. Maybe some match fixing was involved in that one. But who knows, as Jam Pancakes is certainly now on the hunt to Shizou Nick. And he is, not actually losing too much time. 12 seconds is light work for the Englishman. He will easily catch up to him through that first sector alone.
I can't believe... I don't know who Shizou Nick is. I've never even heard of this bloke, but fair play to him. I mean, he's clearly in the wrong tier here. Yeah, I don't know how he's... I didn't really watch like the first half because I was doing my own race.
Oh, GC is... Oh! Is this a tactical retirement? Oh, that's in the pits. Is it in the pits? Oh, it's a tactical! It's a tactical! Oh my goodness me! Flying Rossi is back in the race! Unbelievable! The championship is not done yet! And now...
Impossible.
Oh my goodness me! The championship has taken another turn! Adam Dundee is surely... Everybody's got a pit for softs now!
Surely, yeah, surely. That's got to be the right call.
Have you seen drama like this ever before? I think not. This is absolutely unbelievable scenes.
You know what? This reminds me. I don't know if you remember, but like on F1 2019, Christopher Parry, Comrade Game and Pinecone, he lost the championship in these very similar conditions because it was the rain was easing, but it wasn't quite dry tyres, and he pitted onto the dries, and he lost the championship to Comrade Gaming Lut, by like a couple of points because he bottled it with the strategy. But everyone looks like they're coming into the pits, and it's soft tyres from Shizou Nick. Interesting from the Chapu driver.
Exactly, indeed. It's very interesting decisions. This is very interesting. And TMS Amaze doing very interesting tactics of, oh my god, he's trying to get Flying Rossi some damage there. Flying Rossi has been massively... Oh, this is disgusting behaviour from TMS Amaze. Pulling out the oldest trick in the book of trying to get some drivers some damage there. That was unbelievable. That's probably a qualifying ban for the next race if there ever was one. Unbelievable scene from the TMS team cheating to try and get a victory. But it's Flying Rossi up into P8 now. He's gained some positions from it.
How's he done that?
It's tactical. It's a tactical masterclass from TMS Amaze. Maybe he's had enough of TMS and he's decided it's time to help out the McLaren. Who knows? But this could be interesting here, Alex. Will Dan get involved in the championship now? Because Amaze is not going to let past. Amaze is not going to let past Flying Rossi, and I'm certain that Jan is not going to let past Adam. So this is going to be very interesting. If we're going to see some drama, I'm expecting it now between some of these drivers.
I have no idea what's going to happen. I can only say there's going to be carnage at the end of this race. You just see those two, second and third. You just know something's going to happen there, surely.
There has to be.
Luke Humphries is going to be fuming, surely, so he's not going to want Flying Rossi past him anytime soon. It's going to be a very fascinating last 5 or 6 laps to the end of this race. Oh my god!
Have you ever seen drama like this before? I generally.
I don't think I have.
This is generally. I did call it. There could have been a potential safety car later on from GC. What happened? I think there was a wheel issue, possibly, or he got on the wet patch of the track, and the tire. I think he might got a puncture actually, and he lost on the suspension failure. That was it, and he's gone into the wall. I hope the driver's okay. I hope he's been airlifted to the nearest Brazilian hospital, so I hope he gets some good care from some of the doctors here in Brazil. I'm sure they'll look after him. We did see him give a thumbs up out the helicopter window to let us know though that he was okay, which is good news for GC. But at the moment it's Adam Dundee in P3, and he will be the WR Tier 3 champion as it stands. But he's got to get past. I feel like he's got to get past Dan if he wants to secure the win, because why would you want to risk being behind a driver when you can control the pace? You know, why would you want to take that risk when he could brake check you? He could, you know, do some dodgy defending, get past him and control the pace from there. Newcastle Ryan, someone making a move on Sam 29M under the safety car. Some interesting moves. And what are your thoughts then on Flying Rossi here? Will he be able to make this move, and will he be able to get this WR Tier 3 championship?
Oh, it's such a tough one. The safety car's coming in and slap. It could go so differently. Like either way, it could just go either way. I think he does have the guts definitely to make the crucial moves in the dying stages of his race, but depends, will he be able to get through, especially with that DRS train. It is very difficult, of course, when all the drivers are on softs and similar pace. But here we go.
We're going. We are indeed. Shazoo Nick has gone. He's got off like a bullet. Adam Dundee has just not decided to react, and he has lost over half a tenth to Jam Pancakes. The Humperdinck has got a good move around the outside of Limjet, who's decided to take every single bit of that apex and has lost a crucial amount of time. Flying Rossi has got to give it his all here. He's got to pull out his inner centre and start sending some absolutely crazy dive bombs down the inside to get up to Team SMAs to then get past Adam Dundee. This is where champions are made here, Alex.
This is indeed. And Shazoo Nick, I don't know how on earth he's done that. He's got 1.7 seconds already on like about 2 corners. So I mean, fair play to him. I mean, Jam Pancakes, I'm going to go on board with him and see. It looks like he's doing a lot of lifting, coasting. Oh,
Steve, down the inside of Team SMAs. That's a brilliant move from Steve F1, and he's been forced off the track there. That's very aggressive from Team SMAs. Put it off the grass, and that's a big action. Look up, and it's got wing damage. He is going to be furious with Team SMAs, and there goes Flying Rossi down the inside of the McLaren man. That's 1 car down, and now he is on his way up into the lead. Team SMAs are surely going to get a bloody season ban for some of this defending. Flying Rossi's going to go down the inside. Oh my god, is he going to try and make that move stick? No, he's not. He's got to get past Limp Jet this lap, and this lap, it needs to be done here, Alex.
Luke Humphries has retired in the pits. He can't even win in a fixed tier, putting himself in the tier 2 slow half the time, but he's out the rank. No, I'm joking. But wow, this is all turned on its head, and now it'll be interesting to see what happens here. TMS Maze is close to close to Flying Rossi now. It'll be interesting to see what happens as the Limp Jet, last year's tier 5 champ. I've seen him run away like every race. Yeah, so no surprise he's in this tier now.
Down the inside! What a move!
Oh, it's initial. What a move!
That is Ayrton Senna-esque from Flying Rossi. He is using the Brazilian power to his advantage. Absolutely sensational. And now he's got to get past TMS and Maze. How is he going to do this, Alex? He's surely going to have to go for a move quite like that one to get past the Williams driver in front, who's got absolutely 0 ERS. It's Jam Pancakes versus Adam down this main straight. Jam Pancakes defending aggressively to the inside there. And now we've got a battle on our hands between P2 and P3.
Oh my god, we do, and Adam Zoon has got DRS Jam Pancakes turning into a line with all his might. Can he defend this? Adam sweeps through and he's into second place. But Jam Pancakes will have that DRS the next time around. Adam Duke makes a brilliant move there. Fair play, keeping his composure. and Flying Rossi is right on the back of TMS Amaze now. And this could get very spicy very quickly.
This certainly could, and you could see him lifting already through some of these corners as the TMS Amaze to possibly back up. Flying Rossi, and look at that! He's off the door wide open! Flying Rossi down the inside again! Magical from Flying Rossi! But he has crucially lost the DRS, and Amaze is going to get back past him surely down this main straight, unless Rossi can crucially pull out the gap to TMS Amaze. It certainly seems to me that he's not going to be able to do it. But what a move that was from Amaze! And here comes Jam Pancakes. He's going to go flying down the inside, and that's an easy move. And Adam Dundee is trying to hold it around the outside. Contact made between the two, and oh my goodness me, TMS Amaze has got past Flying Rossi, but Flying Rossi's got a good exit as well. Is he going to be able to make that move stick? Back on TMS Amaze, it certainly seems to be no. Steve F1 is trying to get involved in this fight as well. Not going to get it moved done now. Flying Rossi down the outside. Oh my god. TMS Amaze holding on. Jam Pancakes has got to do a world of good to Flying Rossi. If Flying Rossi wants any chance of winning this title right now.
Ferrari. Look at P2 battle. They get like 3 miles an hour through the second sector. He's defending the outside line.
Oh my god!
And the cheater, there's a cheater in this lobby apparently as well. Interesting. We've got a Leopard in tier 1, we've got a cheater in tier 3, and he's doing one on Liam Hardman around the outside. Nice one from the cheater, not bad. But Adam Zood again with that DRS, Jam Pancakes and he's sitting duck again. And this is just going to be constant.
Well, it's lap 36 now. Lap 35, sorry, 36. One more lap to go. And crucially, Jam Pancakes has lost the position to Steve F1 as well. And Steve needs to get out of the way in hopes for a miracle for Flying Rossi, because it's all over at this moment in time for Mr. Flying Rossi, because he has not been able to find a way past TMS Amaze at this moment in time. Steve can't get past Adam Dundee, who has again got brilliant amount of overtake left in the tank to really defend. And here comes Flying Rossi. He's going to give it his all around the outside. Surely not going to work the TMS Amaze, and it's certainly not this time. He's going to have to defend the inside. He does. Rossi goes down the outside, and Amaze covering it off absolutely beautifully. And again, slowing down the car. He's going to let him around the outside here, or is he going to force him off once again? And he is. And again, he parks it brilliantly. Does the Williams driver. Nothing Flying Rossi can do at this moment in time. There's an absolutely sensational race between the two, and Amaze perfectly lifting again.
Oh. I think this battle for P2 is the most telling one though. What's going to happen here? Jam Pancakes looking like he's too far away. But can Steve Formula 1 do it? Can he get an... Oh,
what's he doing?
No, he's... Ref, what? He's backing off.
What's he doing? Is there some match fixing going on in the minute? It certainly seems like it to me.
Down the inside of TMS Amaze. Nicholas
what a move!
He's not happy with that one. And he's cut across the track. He's fuming with that one. It's Nicholas Sturgeon's people. And Flying Rossi... I've got no battery. Adam Dude lost a place to Steve Formula 1 now. Can TMS Amaze go down the inside? No. He's got an Alfa Romeo down his inside, and this is all causing carnage here. And it looks like Adam Dude, if he can just keep it on the track, he's going to win this championship.
Oh my goodness me, Jam Pancakes has certainly started to find some pace in this middle sector. Look how close he is behind that Williams driver, the Alpine. Is he going to go for a sensational dive? Oh my goodness me, he's certainly thinking about it. I'm very surprised he didn't go for it. He could have helped his teammate out massively, but it seems to me it's going to go in favour of Adam Dundee. Is that Jam Pancakes going to go for it again? No, but it seems to me Shazoo Nick is your winner here in Tier 3, and it's Steve F1 who has done it. Pulled 8 seconds, unbelievable after that safety car restart. But it's going to be Adam Dundee who is going to be your Tier 3 champion of WR Tier 3 Season 12. Congratulations.
Oh.
And I'm not sure what happened to Flying Rossi there. Maybe a penalty?
I think did he have a penalty?
I don't think he did there.
I don't think, I'm looking back on the stream. No, he didn't. That's a glitch, I think.
So it's a glitch there for Flying Rossi, but it is going to be...
Flying Rossi was 4th.
Yeah,
no,
4th.
4th or
5th, one of them. So that's gutting for Flying Rossi.
But yeah, is it Adam Dundee? Is it Adam Dundee? Is it Adam Dude? Which one is it?
Adam. Just call him Adam Dundee. That's the best way I can say it.
Okay.
But he's done it. Adam Dundee is your Tier 3 champion of the world. Against all odds, he's managed to pull it off. unbelievable scenes. He's pulled it back in that second half of the season, and what a performance it was indeed to pull that championship off with all the pressure. I'm surprised Jam Pancakes really didn't make that much harder for him, but
yeah,
it's all over now.
I think Jam has the problem. He didn't really play the game that much. He reinstalled it yesterday, I think, but he hasn't played for about 4 months. And yeah, I mean, he did well to try and help Rossi win the title, but I mean, Amay did a better job, to be fair, to help Adam win the title. But that was a fascinating race. That was.
I think that's going to go down in the history books here for WOR.
Oh, that will.
The drama, the action, it was scintillating.
Should we invite Adam to...
I think we get the two championship guys in the party to get their thoughts on that unbelievable race here tonight. You've got to feel some commiseration. I wonder if there's some composure, from some of the drivers. I've got them invited. See if...
I've got Jam Pancakes and Amaze as well to see what their thoughts are.
The two drivers which helped defender for the title. Well, we've got one of them involved in the party. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Flying Rossi. Rossi, can you hear us, and have you got your audio included, is the question.
I can hear you, yeah, and my audio is included, yeah.
Wow. Heartbreak here tonight. Losing the championship to your closest rival ever. Half by a few points in the end. Just take us through your emotions after losing the title.
To be honest, mate, I don't really care. I've got an aerodynamics test due tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and I don't. It's a game.
That's understandable. It sounds like a man who put his life on the line for this championship. Yeah, it looked like he sounded like he put hours into this title, and unfortunately, really did slip away. Well, I hope your assignment goes well, Rossi. Really hope you've aced that.
It hasn't, mate. It really hasn't.
So,
I've wasted an evening. I've wasted extra minutes of my evening because Luke doesn't know how to do a formation lap.
Ooh.
Shots have been fired.
How heavy is his right foot that he can't drive up a hill? He's so old.
I can understand.
50, and he's still playing F1 with a bunch of teenagers.
Typical Humperdinck. Alex, I'll let you conduct the interview with Adam after that unbelievable championship win.
Yes, mate. Adam, mate, I don't really see it, to be honest, but from my view, you drove very well. How was your little? I saw at the end the little battle with Jam Pancakes, and did you psychologically lift off because that guy is a threat sometimes, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's a massive threat. Known him from before. Absolutely shitting myself behind him.
Yeah.
All of that. Nah, it was a bit sweet, to be fair. It was a decent race. My force feedback was screwed up throughout that as well, which is why I went miles off track, and then suddenly he was on me. So GG Thrustmaster. But yeah, I'll say GG to Rossi as well. Made it close at the end for the last race, and yeah, I'm just glad it's over, to be honest.
Marty, for that.
Yeah, it's fighting words from the champion. He sounds absolutely over the moon again. Two champions, unfortunately, only one could be decided dead. We've got Amaze in the party as well. Amaze, can you hear us as well?
Quick shout out to my Brexit teammate as well. Without him, Jesus Christ, Rossi would have been sending it on my ass.
I'd say so as well, because we're just about to ask that. That first stint right before the safety car, I've never seen a driver park the car through that middle sector like you have there. That was obviously the tactic there, to back up Rossi by about 3 seconds in those first 5 laps to that pack in front.
Not at that point, but I got an orange wing at the start. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To be fair, to be able to keep him back as well with that orange wing, you did an unbelievable job. I thought you were just purposely parking the car through each corner.
No, that was my genuine pacing with that.
Oh my goodness me. So fair play to get a P4 in the end after all that little bit of drama. And again, that pit stop when the safety car got deployed the second time around. And what went on there? It was that... Tell us
like an
over
anti-stall
there.
from our, like an anti-stall from our end.
I kind of stopped before the pit line, and then everyone else stopped behind me. So like, I tried to back up a bit, but not that much.
Inspirational performance to help your teammate once again win a title. Congratulations, TMS guys, must be over the moon with that unbelievable Tier 3 championship. Alex, I'll let you interview Jam Pancakes on his special return for the one night performance.
Yeah, of course. So, Jam, how did you find that one, mate? Because I saw you look all right there. You were in the Alpine, which is questionable, but looked like you had a nice return to form there. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, well, it all started off this afternoon coming from work, and I went out for a run up the common.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I saw some guy run past me,
Yeah.
and it inspired me. He was wearing a blue top, and I believe he looked very familiar. This guy, very familiar. Anyway, and when I was watching him run, it inspired me for today's performance in WR Tier 3. So I got into the grid, and I thought to myself, right, there's one aim and one aim here. The aim is not to win, its aim is to stop Adam Dude. And I wasn't going to take him out. I wasn't going to, I wasn't going to do anything too silly. But I was going to do, my best Perez impression, right? Anyway, next thing you know, I bottled quality. I lost like 5 tenths or something stupid in the last sector, right? So I was like, alright, down in 10th. I was like, it's alright, it's no problem. We're going to work our way through. Next thing you know, Adam Dude's up the road. I'm thinking, right. Here we go. Let's try and slow him down, back him into Rozzy best I can, back him into the pack, and and then Rozzy lagged out. So I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah. So I thought I'd try and have a battle with Luke, end up accidentally killing him, which wasn't intentional. And then for the rest of it, I was just trying to back Adam again. And that's pretty much the moral of the story for me. I think my drive of the day is TMS Amazed.
Yeah,
personally, I think
I have to agree. That was
almost
Carlos
masterclasses. It was fantastic. It was inspiring to watch actually. So, I was just watching in my mirrors, just some crackle over the track. It definitely inspired me. So,
Sometimes
that's all I have to say.
Can I ask you one more question? Can I get your opinions? Because I think that defense there was almost as good as the AOR Abu Dhabi race when there were people reversing and stuff. Like that was almost Carlos Tevez-esque, that sort of defending. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to say that. But
I had a debate in my head as well because I don't care if this is live. Yeah, I fucking hate Shazoo, right? So I kind of wanted to beat the guy. In Shazoo at the same time. So I was like, oh, do I beat him or do I get Rozzy the title? I was like, oh. I thought winning a Tier 3 race ain't a life achievement, is it? So I was like, right, let's do the best I can for Rozzy. Yeah.
I think that's all in fairness.
And if anyone wants to fire me for swearing, I honestly, I'll say it again. I could not give a fuck. Yeah,
No,
thank you very much.
I'm offended, mate. I'm offended. Sorry. Taking to the stewards. That's 3 seconds for that.
But yeah, no, fair play to Adam.
yeah.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, he had a good second half of the season.
certainly
Done
did.
quite well there, to be fair. To avoid me on the road, he's done quite well, to be honest.
Alright, that's going to be
quite
it
fun,
then.
actually.
I think, what an interview, what a race. The best race I've ever commentated on this game, I'd say. That was unbelievable in terms of inspiring.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for joining me halfway through the race.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
Sorry, can I just say,
Yeah.
well done to Adam Dude, and Brexit means Brexit. Nigel Farage should be the Prime Minister, and Margaret Thatcher is the best Prime Minister there's ever been.
Inspirational words from the man who got second in the championship.
Bye. Please don't.
What a shame. You can tell he's distraught by losing out to Adam 2 today. Thank you to everybody who watched. We'll see you next season on the new game. Thank you.